What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is January the 13th. Happy Monday, everyone. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. Starting off, not a lot in data points today, no Fed speaker, so it is going to be more of a technical driven day as well as market reacting to a couple different things. One is CPI coming out on Wednesday. You have some last minute jitters. Also, it looks as though tech and pretty much a lot of just the broader market is getting hit because of this. So the Biden administration is going to be restricting exports of American technology, so the AI diffusion. So I think in general that is not doing all that great. It is recovering a little bit from what it was, but still futures are down. So Dow is down 0.26, S&P down 0.58. NASDAQ down 0.79. So let me know your thoughts on that. Fear and greed index under the fear category, meaning people's appetite for risk is not really on the table. And so potentially with today's pullback, it might push it to the extreme fear. We'll just have to wait and see. But SOFI is down 3.04% and no actual news associated to them. So I think they're just reacting to just the broader market. But in SOFI's case, the technicals were looking somewhat iffy going into this upcoming week. I did a dedicated video all about that. So they're kind of flirting with that 50-day moving average, and essentially that does result in quite a pullback. But 12.89% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 137.47 million shares overall are being shorted. I don't really see shorts doing all that much. They didn't really do all that much last week, so kind of just watch for that. With it at 1371, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. So 1350 is going to be the next strong support for today. Just watch for that. Flip side, 1401. So in my opinion, I think today is going to be more gravitating towards this S2, but especially with SOFI and their earnings coming right around the corner, you might see some kind of value pops, if that makes sense. But aside from that, though, you do have a lot of quantum stocks getting hit very, very hard. So ticker RGTI, no actual news associated to them or anything. So it is just reacting to the broader market. Even aside from that, though, I think just the technicals were really pointing for a significant pullback. And this is actually one of the ones that I did put as a buy signal, at least in the short term. So I did put it at $7 as a buy. And so that was under my Patreon. So I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there because, yeah, it's I think just the writing was on the wall that there was going to be a pullback. But whether it actually bounces off the support level or not, that's kind of yet to be seen. Shorts, though, they haven't really been doing all that much. If anything, they've been returning while the stock's been going down. So that's kind of a fairly good thing. Nothing significant, though. So it went from like 15% short interest to where it is now. So like I said, nothing really significant. 35.02 million shares overall are being shorted, though. And right now with it at 757, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 1246 is going to be the next strong kind of target / resistance. I don't see that being touched anytime soon. Most likely, if things go according to plan, you might see a little bit more of a value run. But that's, again, dependent on data for this week and whatever else. Based on the fib levels, support and resistance points, $6.12. And then, of course, you have the moving averages. So that's why I feel $7 around that general area. You'll have a little bit more of a additional support, a bounce, but we'll just have to, again, wait and see. Ticker DATS. So this one's been a very popular one all over the place, sitting at $5.46 pre-market. So no actual news associated to them itself, but they are reacting to the whole TikTok kind of scenario. So it looks like as of, I think it's the 19th, if I remember correctly, TikTok's not going to be in the States. So this company is kind of positively reacting to that. Shorts, though, they have also been reacting to the stock price, and so they definitely do not see it justified where it is. So they went from roughly 5% short interest to where it is now at 23.39. So if things go according to plan, big money still does gravitate towards this stock. You could see a potential squeeze. It's a very high short score, so 80.68, but still, it's really hard to kind of predict a squeeze, everything and whatever else. Right now with it at $5.34, it is trading between this R3 and this R2. 429 will be a strong support, and then 548 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, followed by $8.60. So all in all, this one is a very good momentum play, and with pretty much everything else getting dragged down, this might get a good amount of volume. But moving on, ticker LAES. So this one is down. Similarly, a lot of tech stocks are just going down today. They did put out news, nothing crazy of substance. So it looks like they are announcing a cooperation, just announced. So that's kind of a good thing. It was getting hit a lot more than this, so I think in general the market might actually, once this opens, potentially buy it up. As far as shorts go, they have been all over this stock like crazy. So 83.85% of the free float is being shorted. So beginning of December, short interest was roughly around 7%. So they have been really saying F this, I'm in, and so they are going to be playing a very big part in the day-to-day kind of aspect of the stock. 13.95% or 13.95 million shares overall are being shorted. So something to kind of keep in mind. With it at $4.98. It is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 583 is going to be that must point for it to get above today. If not, going forward, the technicals on that aspect alone is going to really push it down significantly to that $1 or $2 range. So that's not ideal. So today is going to be a very key make it or break it point. So we'll just have to kind of watch what happens. But generally, we can kind of see, it looks like, based on that news, it is recovering. So pre-market, it was roughly around 439. So it did have a high of roughly 521. So once the market does open, that way they can benefit through options. You might see a pop, so we'll just have to watch. Ticker XXII. So pretty cool ticker, I must admit. It is up 24% because of this news. So in reality, I don't see that being that good of news. It is under the tobacco sector, so this is a company profile, and yeah, so ultimately it looks like it's ready to like support the adoption of FDA proposed tobacco product standard to mandate reduced nicotine content. Honestly, this is nothing. So when this obviously is getting a lot of volume right now, that's why it's on this list, but it was up 35%, and I was going to pretty much say the exact same thing, that I don't see it justified. So if anything, just be prepared for a little bit more of a pullback. It's not heavily shorted, so only 2% of the free float is being shorted, so they're not really going to play that big of a part in the day-to-day kind of thing for today. But with it at $6.07, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 387 is going to be the next strong support. Don't see that being touched whatsoever. I see a pullback, but not to that level. And then 779 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. And you might see some volatility, like I said, just with the bloodbath. Big money is going to be looking for any excuse to really push a stock higher. Maybe that is where this stock will come into play. So you could possibly, once the market opens, see this pivot point being touched. But like I said, if you're buying based on the news and you want to hold it long term, I don't see this being justified. So aside from a momentum play, I think this is something to kind of avoid. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Is there any other stocks that you are kind of watching or whatever else? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and pop over to my Patreon, where I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. So with all that said, hopefully everyone has an amazing Monday. And with all that, I appreciate all of you watching.